Hey guys, welcome to Fate, Throne of Heroes. My name is Dustin. So I just kind of want to do a quick update to what I worked on this week. So we're just going to hop into a game. If you're familiar with this mod, you'll know the magic system is a little different than a lot of warband mods. I'm going to turn on the audio a little bit. In that, unlike a lot of warband mods where you equip a weapon and attack with that to do magic, like something like this, you actually select a spell from one of your spell slots that you can prep in a camp menu, and then you middle mouse click to use that spell. So this is just the testing one where it loads every spell possible. Of course, you won't have access to that in the final, but you select the spell and then say, like, let's equip a weapon that won't explode the world. So say you were, fighting this lady here, and then you wanted to slow down time so that she won't block as well. You could slow down time without having to switch weapons or anything like that to keep the combat advantage. But, of course, being that this is supposed to be a world full of magic users, you're currently the only one who could do that, so it didn't seem all that fair. So I updated the system today to allow AI to use magic. They actually use the exact system you use now. So, but of course, instead of pressing middle mouse, they just kind of use a script to determine whether or not they should fire. So I'm going to introduce you to my friend, the Seal, my apologies, Designation Enforcer. I just realized how quickly I'm talking. I should probably slow down a little bit. He is the only other Magus in this universe at the moment. So we're going to find a group and we're going to do battle with them just to kind of demonstrate how magic works. So the idea will be, oh cool, my mana recovered, will be for them to kind of think through the process, choose one of their 4 spell slots and fire it. For testing purposes, I just have them fire a spell every half second. Unfortunately, these guys, and then for testing, I gave them the most visible spell, which is Gander, which is like a magic missile type of spell. Unfortunately, they don't think about how they should use it, so you'll see why I'm bringing this up. So while they have another weapon equipped, they're firing up their spell, this spell. I'll join them. Unfortunately, though, they're firing it every half second, every single one of them. Well, not that spell. They're also firing, so they have actually 4 spells equipped. They have Gander in 2 of their slots, and they have leg reinforcement in their other 2 slots, which makes them move at 200% speed. Unfortunately, it makes them incredibly dangerous, because Gander, being magic, has no fall off, travels forever, and has perfect accuracy. And so they should be able to snipe everybody. It's cool to see that I don't have to kind of teach them to track a target. It does look like I'll have to make them predict a target's location, though. But it's pretty neat to see. So that's enough of this kind of... That's terrifying. Demonstration. So let's go ahead and disband our squad. Sorry, guys. We're going to open up the cheat menu. We're going to give ourselves a powerful servant by using a debug character to give us saber. Turns out, actually, he's one of the 2 mages in this world, and so he But I forgot to give him spells in his spell slots, so he fires off the default spell, the debug spell, which is Gander with an explosion sound, so it's going to get really loud. Sorry. Where is it? So, we need to talk to him to get a guaranteed servant, unfortunately. Thankfully, we can get him to shut up. In fact, I'm going to show you another kind of thing right now. So, while we have this equipped, you know, it looks normal. Just a one-handed sword or throwing knife, depending on how you're using it. But if you equip this, you'll notice that there's a kind of like steam cloud. So what that actually is I have a element visualizer, so that anyone equipping an elemental weapon will have a kind of burst so that you can see what kind of element they have. This is a demonic spear, so it shows this kind of steam cloud at the end to let you know that either either your spell worked or the person you're going against is using a demonic weapon or something like that. So now we have a great servant. We're going to bring in all of the enemy masters, and we're going to find them. Oh gosh, he was firing off. I thought it changed that. And so we're going to go fight Theon in Kara. To show off the second new feature I was working on today. So this is an enhanced combat AI. Oh wow, they spawned really close. Oh no. He kill his master. Cool. The master just happened to stand in the way a lot of the time. So we're going to see these two servants fight. A big problem I was having during testing initially was that servants would kill each other in one hit. And so it depends on who would attack first. Which is very boring. Why is he attacking me? Attack her. Oh, idiot. But now they're extreme defensive powerhouses. They can block nearly any attack without fail. Pretty consistently. Which is great, but now it's a little boring, so I need to find a good happy median. But it is nice to see that they have enhanced combat AI as opposed to like just traditional combat AI. Another spell I worked on was part of the kind of time dilation magecraft, time alter magecraft with stagnate, being that it'll speed up time 4 times, but then allow you to play dead while you do it. I do not know what he's doing. I've noticed Lancer AI does that a lot. They'll run away, and then they'll run in, and they'll fire off an attack without triggering the defensive attack, or the defensive mode. Okay, so we're going to show how good he is, actually, by... Well, I'm going to show you Stagnate real quick. So Stagnate, you play dead. Speed up time by 4. One weird thing is that you can still rotate while and then you can still fire off spells that aren't Stagnate, which I need to fix, because I could just fire Gounder at him like 1,000 times and win. But instead, we're going to slow down time to 1/4 speed. That was fast. And we're going to show how defensive these guys are. Of course, he would take the first hit instead of actually block. Why is he not blocking? What the hell? Okay, now... Sir? Oh my god. I took off their enhanced damage modifiers. They were doing like... I think Lance was doing like 2 times damage. Berserk was doing like 5 times damage, which was insane. So now you can see his blocking is firing off way more consistently now. You're an asshole. Take advantage of my speed. So right now, he's moving at 1/4 speed, but I'm moving at 4 times speed, so I should be able to easily defeat him, unless I suck at this game, which I do. So, okay, but he also killed my servant, so my servant's dead forever. Rip Artoria. So, yeah, just kind of want to show those two features. They're of course not finished, they're just kind of roughed in, as is everything with this mod. But I did want to show that I have been working on it. Yeah, I did want to also tell those who have popped into the thread and kind of discussed with me that I really do appreciate that. It does actually, I hadn't been working on the mod, almost forgot about it to a sense. And then someone reached out about it and really kind of re-sparked my interest in it. And so I've got all these really new exciting systems in the pipeline, such as AI using the same Magecraft system. I'm going to change it a bit. The spell list is currently literally a copy and paste from a wiki. But I think I'm going to be changing. I'm not quite confident yet. There's not very many combat spells, mostly enhancement spells, which is cool to an extent. And of course I need to change the combat AI for servants and yada yada. But I just wanted to kind of touch base, update the people who are following the mod, kind of demonstrate what's been going on locally with me. Of course, hope everyone's safe during this kind of awkward time in the world. Let's show you guys some new art assets too. So I'm the only one working on this, of course, which makes it easier to kind of just like drop it. Anyway, I have been adding new art assets as I go along. No, I skipped it. So I added Balmung from, had the name in my head just then. Siegfried, added Siegfried's sword. All these untextured ones are brand new. Fion's shield, or Fion's lance, Aya from our boy Gilgamesh. Can it not block? Oh no, again. Okay. There are a couple weapons that can't block, which give them a huge disadvantage. I didn't know that was a thing. I want to say those are the only 3 new art assets. Oh, no, there's a very important one that I kind of wanted to show off. Mash from FGO has her weapon in now. And it works in a really weird way that actually is kind of broken with the new system. So let's go back to the tavern and let's see these weapons. So Balmung is, of course, Siegfried's weapon. Siegfried's one of the sabers. He will be able to activate the sword and do like mana bursts and stuff like that. Just kind of wanted to give him an art asset because he doesn't have any custom art assets right now, so it makes him really hard to spot when you summon him. You don't know who you've summoned. Fion was the same story. I did kind of make this one really inefficiently, so I'm thinking about remaking it, but I really like it, so I think I'm going to keep it. And then Aya, of course, for Gil, because he doesn't have access to any of his abilities yet, so I needed something to differentiate him. And then, because I wanted to work on something a little more difficult, I made Mash's shield. And then the most important part of it was having it operate as a shield. So the shield itself is, of course, a shield with the struggle being how to use it as a weapon. So the way I've done it is kind of hacky. She has a one-handed weapon, as you can see I'm reading, but when she attacks, she uses a two-handed animation. The problem with this is that when you fire an animation, it doesn't work as a weapon. So it wasn't, hitting enemies when she would attack. So I made it where she could attack, she would do damage to anyone in front of her. And that also gives her a cool little AoE thing. And then she would attack slowly. But with the new AI system I'm working, she will interrupt her attack animations with a block. But, let's see. But the trigger will still fire. And so she can instantly kill someone with her attack and then go into a block. And basically makes her the most powerful servant available. Which, if the fan art was to be believed, is true. But, so that needs a little fix. Maybe she won't use this AI system. I don't know. Just kind of wanted to give a brief update and tell everyone that I really appreciate those who pop in and follow and kind of give you guys something to kind of keep you going. But yeah, I appreciate y'all, and I hope to see y'all in the thread. I will also drop my Discord in the thread, so you can reach out to me personally, and we can discuss things. But yeah, hope to see you guys soon.